So here, um, you mentioned several examples of inculturation in your article. Uh, what mindset do you think the Christian missionaries are using to be able to come up with these ideas?
I think from what I have read and seen, um, I think there are multiple things, in my opinion, that's at play here. One is, if I could say, it's one born out of ignorance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's one born out of superiority at the same time. So
Mm-hmm.
something called the white man's burden, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Westerners have traditionally, over the last few hundred years, they have a sense of superiority over what they claim as natives.
Mm-hmm.
So they find it perfectly fine to go around the world appropriating the customs and rituals and traditions of other cultures, and
Mm-hmm.
either destroying them or kind of subsuming them into the Christian narrative, right, of what it means to be a Christian. So things that they don't understand, or things that they don't see value in it, they approach it in two ways. One is to either destroy it, which they have done pretty well across the world, or they take parts of it which they kind of reintroduce it into Christianity, and within a couple of generations, it becomes a part of mainstream Christian or Western tradition. So I think it is a combination of both ignorance and a sense of superiority over everything that's out there.
Okay. So you're saying also in your article that the priests claim themselves to be a Swami.
Oh yeah.
So why? What about a Swami is not a priest, a Christian priest?
So what is exactly a question again? I'm not sure if I understand that.
Basically, what is wrong with the priest calling himself a Swami?
Oh sure. Um, Here we're talking about a Christian priest, correct?
Yeah, a Catholic priest who calls
Yes.
himself a Swami
Sure.
instantly attains the status and the authority of a holy man
Sure.
in Hindu society,
Sure.
which he can use to convert individuals. That's the quote from your article.
Yes. So basically, you need to understand that Hinduism has a certain sense of respect and veneration that we attach to symbols, right? Symbols are a part of any culture or tradition. So, for example, the saffron robe, the idea of whom a Swami is, or the idea. So the person who's a pujari, right?
Hmm.
The concept of a Brahmin. I mean, these all have its inherent, just by the very presence, it carries a deep sense of respect or awe. Or people tend to look up to people who just wear a saffron robe, right? So for somebody like a Christian priest who takes up this robe without actually understanding what it really means, right? Um,
Hmm.
if and this is done purely for the sake of misleading people, right? When a person comes across as a Swami and he talks to you about something about God, but this time just the fact that the God is different, right? So it is very easy to manipulate the minds of a person who's not really paying attention to whether he's talking about Jesus Christ or something else, or Krishna or Shiva. It becomes very easy for them to manipulate. So it is basically a sense of it is basically a deception um, being practiced in a different way,
Hmm.
which is what I was trying to point out in that article.
Hmm. Okay. So what is the difference between a Christian claiming that he's a Swami and a Swami claiming that he's a Swami?
Oh, there is. I mean, there are multiple. So I'm assuming you're talking about a genuine Swami, considering him to be a Swami, right? So
Well,
the
Swami meaning when it comes to Hinduism, a person will declare that he is going to live the life of a sannyasi or a swami, and
Mm-hmm.
therefore he'll take up the orange robes and
Mm-hmm.
live that way, a life of enriching, a life of a sannyasi, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking, when one declares to be a swami according to
Mm-hmm.
Hinduism,
Mm-hmm.
um, what's the difference between that and the Catholic priest claiming to be a swami?
I mean, it comes from uh, the very purpose of it, right? Like you said, a sannyasi taking up the saffron robe is there to enrich the world with the truths that he lives with, right? So and he goes to different places enriching the world with the truth that he's living with. In terms of when a Christian priest takes up the robe, his idea is not really about the robe that he's wearing. For him, the saffron is just any other color. He might as well be wearing a green or a yellow dress. The saffron, the importance of saffron, the cloth that he's wearing, it means nothing to a Christian priest who's claiming to be a swami, right? The idea of a sannyasi, the idea of what it means to be a sannyas, is not the concept is not available, in my opinion, in Christianity, right?
Mhm.
Christianity tells you to, okay, yeah, sure, you give up a married life, you give up perhaps wealth, and you serve God. I mean, that's what a monk is, right? That's what a Christian monk is doing. And if, of course, he reads the religious scriptures. A Swami, on the other hand, by his very a Hindu Swami, on the other hand, what he follows as a part of his lifestyle is completely different. Yes, a sannyasi learns learns about the scriptures, but the idea of raising your consciousness, or the idea of using the power of your words,
Mhm.
the idea of the mantra shakti, right? The shakti,
Mhm.
the words of power of your words. These
Mhm.
are concepts, these are ideas, these are truths that is alien to a Christian person, a
Mhm.
Christian monk, right?
Mhm.
So sannyasi is not just a celibate or somebody who does not live a married life.
Mhm.
Um, they do so many other things, and they practice so many other arts, and they practice so many other the practices that they follow is completely unique to Hinduism,
Mhm.
which a Christian out there may not even follow, or more than that, he may not even understand what any of these things is.
Mhm.
So a Christian priest wearing a Hindu robe and calling himself a Swami is, and the sad part is I've certainly heard many of these people wear the saffron robe and abuse Hinduism. This is like
Mhm.
this is like a very bad thing, because when a Hindu looks up to a saffron robe clad person, he looks up to what he's saying or what he's trying to say. He assumes that
Mhm.
whatever he's saying is the truth, right? And if somebody is going to come and abuse,
Mhm.
saying, "Oh, this Hindu Rama doesn't exist, or Krishna was a hoax," or something along those lines, it really sows the seed of confusion, or sows the big seed of self-doubt or self-hatred in the hearts of a common Hindu person. And over a period of time, this aids in Hindu practices of Hinduism losing faith in their own tradition.